Good evening and welcome to the August 22nd meeting of the Board of Selectmen. If everybody would rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, first order of business, we have a public hearing tonight. And this is a notice of public hearing. The Waterboro Board of Selectmen will hold a public hearing Tuesday, August 22nd, 2023, beginning at 6 p.m. to receive public comment regarding proposed changes to the transfer station policy and sticker pass prices. All public hearings are aired locally on cable TV, SRC TV Channel 5 or 1302, and live streamed on the town website. If you cannot be present at the meeting, questions and comments may be emailed to the day up to the day before the meeting to the administrative assistant at Waterboro .me.gov. And do we have any emails?
Nope, we have no
Okay.
emails.
So I will open this public hearing. Yes.
Good evening, Donna Barati. Mine isn't about any of the changes that are in here. Excuse me. It's my preference for the days that the dump is open.
Okay.
I've been speaking to Josh, but I would prefer that the dump would be open on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, Fridays and Saturdays, because it would give those of us who go to the dump a lot only 2 days that we have to wait to dispose of our trash. And in the summertime, if you have to wait 3 days, it really begins to smell.
Okay.
And that's my comment. I would comment on the sticker price, because to remind people that right now it's only 20 cents a week, and it's going up to 40 cents a week. So it's not really that much of an increase. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Donna.
Okay, so and really the changes being proposed by Josh and his crew is beginning July 1st, 2024. So it has no impact this year. The Hollis permit price will go to $50. No one shall be allowed to use a transfer station without a current sticker and or laminated pass. Cost for the stickers beginning July 1st will go to $20 for the first and $10 for any additional stickers. Residents who are 65 years old will pay a rate of $10 per sticker. Laminated passes beginning July 1st, 2024. Hand-carried passes will increase to $40. Laminated passes offer the same services as the other stickers. However, if you rent your property, we would suggest that you get a laminated pass so that the current renter can bring the laminated pass to the transfer station and reduce or dispose of refuse. Other than that, there are no significant changes. We do have some increases in disposal fees, but it's kind of a put and take. If it costs us $5 to get rid of a 29-inch TV, it's going to cost you $5 to get rid of a 29-inch TV. So that is the deal. I don't see any other significant change here, right? I mean, other than mattresses are gonna go to $20.
They're at 20 now.
They're at 20 now.
Yeah.
We believe that
I've heard
Eco
that they're
Maine,
gonna go up again.
yeah,
I haven't
Eco
seen
Maine
an official
may,
number, but
there's an issue with Eco Maine that just handling the mattresses
they
with
don't,
the,
yeah, they don't go into the
Right.
the incinerator.
So, they would prefer not to handle them at all, but they are burnable, so.
Dennis, I only have one, I've been there for almost 10 years, I didn't think I'd be there that long, but when's the last time it was raised? You know? It's not, since I've been there, it hasn't.
No.
2002, I found some stuff online that they were talking about the sticker prices back then, and they were already $10. So as far as I know, it hasn't been changed since 2002.
So it hasn't been jumped since then. Anyways, that's all my curiosity was.
Yep. Any other comments? Glenn, no, anything? Anything from the board, questions?
I got a good question. The items accepted at no charge, like the flushing tubes and mercury items, I mean, that's kind of some heavy-duty stuff. Is there some kind of subsidy for us to get rid of it, like oil and antifreeze, or how do we?
No, we pay, so oil and antifreeze, and I think last year, during the budget season, I spoke to you guys about possibly charging a fee. We don't charge anything. So like oil and antifreeze, oil right now, we're up to, I think, $1 or 75 cents a gallon. Antifreeze, we're at like 75 cents a gallon per our disposal cost. We take it free from the residents. We don't take it from Hollis. So bulbs, CFLs, UFOs, we pay by the foot, and it's like 10 cents a foot or something like that.
Okay.
I don't have the number on, on hand, but yeah.
Part of the rationale going back here is that we'd rather see it, so the taxpayers pay for it rather than see it on a back road.
Yeah,
dumped.
I get you.
So,
And we don't,
Or dumped on the ground.
Yeah,
Right.
okay, thanks.
in batteries, we take, but
But you can get money
we're
for
actually
those.
making money.
car batteries and stuff like that, we turn in for money.
Yeah.
We use a program, it's called a Call to Recycle. They take, computer batteries, old laptop batteries, cell phones, we turn in cell phones. We get quite a few of those. We ship them
Really?
out every month. Oh, yeah, people take advantage of
And
it.
that helps defray the cost of fluorescent tubes
Yeah.
and the oil.
Mercury thermostats, we turn those in as a $5 rebate.
Oh,
Now, at one point, we was talking about every taxpayer was gonna be able to dump 4 tires or 2 tires or whatever a year at no charge. And we've never gone any farther, and I mean, that goes back to your grandfather.
Right, yeah.
Talking about that and having some type of a sticker program when they pay the taxes, they got some type of a chance of getting rid of the tires that was on their vehicles when they registered the vehicle or something. That was turned over to the
What is this,
The previous board,
previous board of recycling or,
but if you have your tires changed at a tire shop, you pay that disposal fee, and you don't take the tires with you, right?
right.
So, well, I mean,
It's-
that's generally,
The customer's choice to take it with them, but typically they leave it behind. It's anywhere from, depends on the size of the tire, places charge anywhere from $3 to $10 a piece.
right,
Some of that was in reference to the cleanup day we used to have. I would stand out there with Clint as the residents came in. One guy came in with about 150 tires, twice.
Yeah.
And then, in my opinion, jokingly used to say, we service Rhode Island, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Portland, Westbrook, Bedford, Saco, on all the other items, because no offense to the people on the lake, but wouldn't they take advantage of it? if from their own home state to dispose of a television is, say, $150, and you get to get rid of it that day for free, and then, oh, what about Brother Johnny and Sister Mary's? Well, we're heading back to the state of Maine, we'll take yours as well. Just my synopsis on this whole free day. And then somebody made a suggestion of, for the recognized items we used to take, when you pay your taxes, you get a voucher for a television, 4 tires, and that would knock off a lot of the abuse that that system was taking
Right.
in the course of the summer.
Well, those are the things that I think ultimately, you know, you continue to work out, right? And move on. Let me just address Donna's recommendation that we open Tuesday, Wednesday, close Thursday. The rationale behind that was
Say something.
when we close Sunday, so we would have 3 days for the guys to, you know, pull cans Monday, Tuesday, and whatnot, so that they're not, I mean, they have Sundays off now, so Monday is their normal day of the week, and it allows them to,
So I have 2 guys right now that are off Sunday and Monday. They come in Tuesday morning at 7, and then, you know, change everything out, swap everything, get everything put away, make sure there's not oil laying out next to the building, you know. And something I was just speaking to her about, I believe you said it was on Saturday you were coming down, and it was almost 5 o'clock, and the trucks and trailers just coming down the road at, you know, 4:55, freighted to the sky with demolition, you know, stuff like that. If it's 5 o'clock and we let them in, and we may, you know, it may not be the neatest cleanup, you know, so that Tuesday is good for getting everything ready to go for Wednesday, but, I mean, if that's,
There's a way around that. No bulky waste after 4 o'clock.
we tried that with the no bulky on Sundays when we were short-manned, and that didn't pan out. Everybody still brought it. And you can't turn them away because they, you know, they're on Facebook or, I mean,
Well, they-
Using
well,
the
they-
back road.
well, they,
yeah, well, they
well,
go
they
up the
dump it
back
up.
road. I mean, usually if you see them come in off Bennett Hill Road and they come in, they don't like something, they come out, the first place they go is left, you know.
Back to Bennett Hill
They
Road.
came right, so where's that stuff going? It ends up in one of the, you know, on the land trust or on the side of the road somewhere. And we go up every week and we clean it up. We just picked up a deck last week, a vinyl deck up on in the landing there on the land trust. Somebody pulled in there after hours and dumped a whole deck.
Well, you're never gonna stop those people, but unless you start putting some game cameras up.
Because there's some game cameras out there. We'll probably steal those too.
Any other questions, comments? We'll vote on this later, so I will accept a motion to close the public hearing.
So,
I'll second that.
All those in favor? Thank you for your input, and we will
Thank you.
move on. Let me go back to first page, yeah. All right, any announcements from the board? Just want to remind everybody that I believe absentee ballots, did I see a thing from Marina?
Request can be
You
made now.
you can make a request for an absentee ballot for the November election effective now. So you can come in and request that or email the town clerk and.
Call. Yep.
Right. A call. Anything else for announcements?
I just want to touch on the Blues Festival this past weekend. I had an opportunity to attend, and I just want to comment of how well organized that was, how enjoyable it was, and how safe it was. So those folks that took the time to put that together, a huge thank you, and I'm looking forward to seeing it back again next year.
Good.
I'd like to comment on Old Home Days.
Yeah.
Old Home Day's been off pretty well. The volunteers that donated their time did a great job putting it together. A lot of them were rookies, so they're learning experience. But even with that, I didn't see any hiccups. I was honored to drive the golf cart with the Grand Marshal, a Vietnam veteran from our town here. George, what's George's last name?
Kylie.
George?
Kylie.
Right, okay.
Kylie.
George Kylie. And I was there at the grounds all day long. My wife, being a vendor, did pretty well because it was a good crowd. And the fireworks were absolutely phenomenal. They were really, really good, one of the best I've seen. And afterwards, you can see the comments on social media that how good the fireworks were. So my hat's off to the committee members. Too many to mention, but if I start mentioning names, I'm going to forget somebody. So I don't want to do that. But they were there back there Sunday morning, having to clean up all the grounds, which weren't that bad. I went there myself 7:30 on Sunday morning, and I helped out the crew by doing all the trash cans myself. And even that wasn't that bad. I mean, people treated the property quite well, which is very, very appreciated. And took the barricades down for them, so gave them a help. And in talking to Matt, our administrator, that I had done that, he had mentioned that if cleanup for like trash cans and the barricades can wait till Monday morning, he can have the DPW crew go over and do it. And that'll help the community that much better, that much more, I should say. By myself, it took me an hour and a half, 2 hours. A crew of 2 or 3 guys can have it knocked out in no time at all.
Yep.
So, that's something we can look forward to if they want to continue. I know the committee members had a little get-together last Thursday evening for a little dinner out, and they're talking about next year already, so.
Good.
Fantastic. Oh,
Okay.
one other thing, sorry.
Yep.
It was nice to see the sheriff's office there during the course of the day, and then at night they were able to pull enough people together. I saw at least 5 deputies at night, and then I don't believe there was an ounce of trouble. So it was nice having them there as well.
Good. All right, anything else? If not, we'll move on to additions or deletions to the agenda. I don't believe that we need to add anything. Just if you would read the consent decree that's being proposed for the Route 5 property. And we will probably have that on the next agenda, and that may require an executive session. But anyway, any public comment? Glenn, anything? No. Correspondence, we do have the motor vehicle report. We've got the York County Deputy monthly reports. Maine Department of Environmental Protection Obsolete Pesticide Collection Report. Letters of intent for the appointed Charter Commission members. If anybody's interested in reading any of that, just contact, or you can go to the Selectmen's packet and pull that up. They will be in there. Or you can make a call to Laura here at the town office, and she'll make sure that you get a copy. Reports and staff initiatives, Selectmen's reports. Wayne, anything?
Just a comment on Route 5 again. On Sunday, I got several phone calls on, there was an out-of-state truck and camper up here on Route 5 that was parked right in Route 5. That's just plain a no-no, and I'm just learning that I guess any of the sheriff's department, state police, or any of these officers can have that towed. As far as parking off the pavement with a boat trailer, I still don't see a real problem up there. But when you get somebody parking out on the Route 5, it is very dangerous, and this one was more than dangerous, but hopefully it won't happen again. But we still got 2 or 3 more weekends, so summer, so
Okay? Anything else, Mike?
Not at this time.
David?
I am all set.
Gary?
Yes. The other day, I saw a question on Facebook, what's going in next to Dunkin' Donuts? And I simply answered that it's some commercial buildings, some storage facilities, as I was told. And it started a barrage of comments that just go in all different directions. One of them, it was so striking, I remember, some guy said, whose bright idea at town meeting was it to allow them to put another Dollar General in there? Well, my answer was that there's no more town meeting. Why is there no more town meeting? Because people didn't go to them. That's why we do the voting, so everybody has a chance to go at their leisure during the course of a whole day, instead of a few hours on a Saturday. So, and we don't have the right, if it fits the zoning and it's a business and the guy the developer puts a building up, then he decides to rent it out to XYZ, or he decides to lease it to Family Dollar or Dollar General, whoever, that's his prerogative. We don't have control over that. And then I saw another comment that we're not business friendly. I guess, I don't know, how more friendly can we be to businesses? All right, there was a comment about, well, all restaurants are leaving town. That has nothing to do with us. I like going to our restaurants, but they're not there. They've closed for different reasons. So it was really frustrating to see, and I made a comment that, gosh, just by answering a simple question, I got more discussion on a Facebook thread than we see here or by email. So, folks, if you got something to say, all our emails are out there. Send us a question so we can answer it properly instead of, having all the comments that don't go nowhere on Facebook. It got so bad I just shut off the thread because it just gets out of control.
Best thing
Right?
to do.
And it makes me not want to be involved in that fact because they just go off on all these different tangents and they don't even have their facts straight.
Yeah.
Whose bright idea at town meeting allowed it? How long has it been since we haven't had a town meeting?
Well, and that wouldn't be approved at town meeting
Right.
anyway, because
So
the planning board approves that.
The misinformation is ridiculous.
Things so fast.
That's it. Bend over.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Word on the street is that the plume that was seen over the Maine Turnpike from Eco Maine Stack, the purple, it wasn't a gender reveal, but now they're saying it might have been seaweed.
Seaweed.
Yeah. They thought it was originally iodine,
Yeah.
but
Seaweed.
whatever.
Wow.
So you know what I know, or what the rumor on the street is.
Right, yeah.
All right, match report. Just quickly, DPW updates. Roberts Ridge cross culverts and driveway culverts have been completed. DPW crews continue to repair washouts from the heavy rain. Probably will install a few paved swales to prevent further erosion. Road work will begin shortly on the north end of Middle Road. Culverts will be replaced and will be ground up and repaved. May cause some delays. Letters being process of disposing of tax property previously discussed and voted on have not been created yet, as MMA and the Maine Revenue Services are arguing over the language of those letters. Deputy Tax Collector will receive additional information when the forms become available. DPW roof bids were accepted. We received, working with RJS Construction of Auburn, they had a bid in for 33 grand. The other bid was received at 62.1. So needless to say, about double. We tonight had a brief update printed update from Laura Fish on applying longevity steps. And we will have that discussion further on September 5th. Charter Commission election results provided by the Deputy Town Clerk. We do have letters of interest to be appointed by the board, which we'll deal with later. Old Home Days Committee and Historical Society for the events of August 5th. Thank you letters were mailed to committee members on behalf. We received an additional civil suit from Mr. John Barr. The information has been turned over to our MMA attorneys, and they will handle it from there. Important dates and information provided by Marina for the November elections. Monday, August 21st is the first date which we will start accepting requests for absentee ballots. By the second week of October, absentee ballots will be available. Voters will now have requested an absentee ballot. Will receive them in the mail. November 2nd, it will be the last day for someone to request an absentee ballot. If you would like to vote, special circumstances aside, they must go to the polls. Friday, November 3rd, early processing of any ballots will be received back, and then Tuesday, November 10th is election day. And it just so happens, and I talked to Marina this morning, that there was no school that day. It's just teachers. So she again has requested that maybe we use the middle school for that. And she's also made a request for us to go to an electronic ballot for all 6 towns.
Yeah.
So we'll see where that goes. That is it for Matt's report. Any questions? I'll do my best to answer any of them. Okay, let's move on. Discuss a vote on the proposed transfer station policy and sticker pass price changes. So what's your pleasure then?
I'll make the motion that we accept it as written, that minor changes to be taken into effect July 1st, 2024.
Okay, do I have a second?
No, second.
Okay, any further discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Okay, motion carries 3-1. Discuss vote to appoint 3 charter commission members to fulfill the full board of the charter commission. We do have 2 requests, one from Lori Anthony and the other one from Marina Gagne. We do have the right to appoint a select person to that. You said that you were interested. So what is your pleasure there?
I'll make a motion that we appoint Lori Anthony, Marina Gagné, and Dwayne Woodson, if he's so inclined to accept, to the upcoming Charter Commission.
And I will second that.
Okay? You all set with that?
Yeah.
All those in favor? Opposed? Okay, so that will go into effect, and we probably should launch a meeting with the board and bring them in.
I got a question. Would there be like a chair to that committee?
Yes.
That's something they'll take care of?
They will
will-
take care of it.
Okay.
And from what I understand, one of the top vote getters will resign, okay? In the commission, appoints any vacancies off from that.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so from our perspective, our 3 appointments is done.
Is done and
Right.
the other have been appointed.
Right.
and-
That puts us up to how many members?
Right,
How many members done?
9.
Should
No.
nine,
Well,
if we lose one.
When do you
9,
want to have the meeting set for the commission?
well, I think we need to do it sooner than later, so, let's wait until Matt gets back.
Okay.
He'll be back on Monday, and then he and I can have a discussion, and we'll poll, you know, I mean, we all probably should be there, but Dwayne is gonna certainly represent the board on that committee, so. All right, discuss vote to approve the minutes of the August 1st meeting.
Oh,
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Pending decisions, I think the only thing that is percolating is the tax acquired property, and they need to work that out with Maine Revenue in MMA. Week's action list, I think we're all set from here. We may have to go back to Mike Gilpatrick to see if in fact we should set up an executive session for the 5th. And that would be to review legal decisions.
Okay.
no, okay. On a executive session,
Yeah,
code enforcement and selectmen, but do you contact the owner?
No.
Because,
because it's a legal discussion. It's with our, potentially could be with our legal counsel,
okay,
right? And then we would come out of that executive.
anything in executive session, my question is workshop or executive session, and I agree, it should be executive session, but I was always under the understanding that if you have an executive session, you have to invite,
No,
No.
not in this case, because we're really talking about consent agreement, right?
okay, I agree there, but I just,
I thought the same thing when I read the description for the executive
Yeah,
session.
it's
it's
typically.
a fine line to what,
Right.
who you invite,
Right.
but you can't,
But when, we would be coming out of executive session with a decision that we would present to the other party's attorney,
Yeah.
Right.
per se. So.
And we would then vote on it in a public meeting
Right.
to either accept or decline. the
I just want to
consent.
see us do something that's,
Yeah. Well, we will clarify that
Yeah.
with the
town attorney.
town attorney.
Yeah.
All right, discussion items of agenda, discussion of agenda items for next session, which will be the 5th.
My only thought is, maybe it's so that everybody's completely up to date as far as what's going on in the courtroom with this case, that we have the town attorney present.
Mike?
Just so that the whole board understands, because
For the executive session.
some of us been involved in the past, but
Right.
not, and bring everybody up to date, I think would be a wise decision.
I would agree with
All
that.
right, so if you read the last thing from Ben McCall, who's representing us legally, once the aggrieved agrees to the consent agreement, then we should schedule this for an executive session and vote with the select board ASAP. My perception is he will be here.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, well, that was the way I read that too, but in order for him to be here, we gotta notify
Well, yeah. But we can't do anything if the other party
Right.
says, I'm not signing.
I'm not signing.
Correct.
Because then we go back to the
Right.
court.
Back to the courthouse.
Okay? Any other items you want to talk about? For executive, for agenda items? Do we need any signatures tonight? I don't think so. I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All those- all
25
those in
minutes
favor?
of 7.
Thank you and good night.